NBA 2K18 can be compared to an NBA superstar entering his final years in the league. It's confident and willing to take risks because it already knows it has a spot in the Hall of Fame. The legacy of NBA 2K18, that is its gameplay and presentation, are in a great place. And so while not every risk taken with my GM and my career pays off, it's still something worth coming back to all year long.
The way you played your career and your family played, obviously you've set a standard in the league. But that was an interesting step. You all were there at one time.
On the court, NBA 2K18 has done something genuinely impressive in making each player handled differently. You have to think about dribble drives before going for them, and knowledge of the real-life player's skills is rewarded. Guys like Jimmy Butler are living at the line as they should, while someone like Tyler Johnson does not get the same calls. Overall, you have to really read the defense and react. You can't just drive into a pile and expect it to go your way, because it won't. Even something as nuanced as the help defense has really been diversified this year. Defenders will leave suspect shooters like Ben Simmons and Josh Jackson alone in the corner from three-point land and help out on drives instead, daring them to take and make three-point shots and prove they should be covered. The downside is that AI players still sometimes struggle with things like losing their man for no reason on defense. In what feels like the culmination of years of baby steps, NBA 2K18 has largely stripped away the linear starting path of my career and combined it with My Park and Pro-Am to create the Neighborhood. Instead of picking those modes from menus, you're free to jog to various places and take part in My Park ante-up games, or even just compete in trivia against a bunch of other random people. It's a smart way to keep you in a populated world at all times, and it pretty effectively hides the loading times that come with switching between the various modes. It doesn't cure the need to wait for matchmaking, but at least it keeps you in the world in the meantime. Those are all steps forward, but NBA 2K has also taken a step back by bringing microtransactions to a place that feels uncomfortable. They were around last year, but now you're forced to use virtual currency to buy everything from a tattoo to a t-shirt, as well as increasing your character's stats. If you buy the $150 version of 2K18, you can get a big boost to the currency that comes with it. You'll see plenty of those artificially high-rated players around, and it feels like we're being steered towards spending money to avoid an insane amount of hours spent grinding for points. Over in the franchise mode, My GM, there's a new text-driven story mode. It's good to see an element of story, but this is not a great first attempt. It's largely styled like a choose-your-own-adventure book that plays out in simple cutscenes, only it feels like the choices don't actually mean much. For example, one story path leads you to a choice of whether to hire the owner's son as assistant GM. If you refuse, the owner hires his son anyway. If you then fire the brat, he'll keep showing up in meetings until you fire him again after the season ends. Between irrelevant choices and a cringeworthy number of bizarre food jokes about made-up foods like doneggs, the bright side is you can just play My League to ignore all these story elements and just get lost in the deeper analytical aspects of running an NBA franchise. NBA 2K18 is another step forward on the court, improving on the series' already great gameplay. You're rewarded for smart, controlled basketball when dribbling, driving, and playing defense in ways that make sense for the players you're controlling. In the side modes, results are mixed. The new fusion of career mode elements into the Neighborhood gives it some new life, but the same can't be said for the meaningless story elements within My GM, and microtransactions now have too much of an impact on gameplay. There's far more good than bad though, and NBA 2K18 deserves credit for taking chances. For more on sports games, check out our reviews of NBA Live 18, PES 18, and Madden NFL 18.